there was some kind of inherent bias or racism towards Jewish people, people of Jewish ancestry, then why would it be the case that the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ himself would marry Safiya bint Huyay, who was of Jewish ancestry? And indeed, her father was one of the chieftains of the Jewish tribes. So that's one thing. And in fact, you even have a report which is authentically narrated from the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, whereby Safiya bint Huyay, one of the wives of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, came to him and complained that some of the other wives were speaking of her ancestry, her Jewish ancestry. To which the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ replied that, say such and such, which is that ascribe your lineage to Harun, which is a noble prophet. So in other words, he was, in modern parlance, giving her the tools to combat anti-Semitism. So it doesn't seem to me a plausible case that someone who has a track record of not just marrying an ethnic Jew, but actually arming such ethnic Jew with the appropriate intellectual argument to combat the racism that such Jew was facing, would in fact say the things that he has ascribed or has alluded the Prophet to us.
So what would you say if someone were to say that he only married her for political reasons, just to gain access to control over the Jewish people?
There was no strategic political kind of result from him marrying that particular Jew. Like, in other words, it didn't have favor with the Jewish community. No one cared about that. No one said, oh, he's married Safiya bint Huyay from the three major Jewish tribes, the Banu Qurayza, Banu Qaynuqa, and Banu Nadir. None of those Jewish tribes in the Arabian Peninsula thought, oh, just because he had married such and such a person, now we have a more favorable view to him. So it didn't have that kind of thing.